and super windy out here. Nope.
What in the world?
I was just about to get a snack.
Don't worry, I already did.
Oh man. I casually looked over and I'm like, where's my bobber? I think it's a redfish. Because it didn't run when I didn't see the bobber. I think it just ate and sat there. And it's running like a red. Come on, boy. Get on the other side.
Hold on. Do you want me to get my big camera?
Yeah, sure. You can just hook that up and he's taking his time. Oh, no, come on. No, just don't fight. So Blue Gabe and I, we're out here in Crystal River. It's blowing offshore at home. So Gabe's like, come on, let's go to Crystal River. Totally a last minute decision. Sure enough, it's still blowing over here. We were gonna go offshore and go spearfishing, however, it's just too rough. So we're staying inshore, just messing around. We don't really know this fishery very well, so just like anyone else, we're just trying spots that we think look good. We've been sitting here putzing around probably about an hour now. We had a popping cork on this rod. Sure enough, I looked over and I'm like, where's my cork?
I'm seeing
Here's
that.
The cork. Here's the popping cork right here. He's right here.
What do you got?
And,
oh, yes! Your favorite buddy.
So, this redfish, it was pulling it was doing everything a redfish does. Sure enough, it's a little shark. We had a pinfish on this popping cork. That's why he was coming in kind of easy for a minute. Get him in the front of the GoPro right here. Woo! Come on, come this way, little guy. Come on. It's funny. It's like he fights and he'll let me gain so much line on him. And once he gets to the boat, he's like, oh, no way. All right, let me get him up here. Try and get him turned over. Got him? Let me open the bail. Well, it's definitely not our targeted species. Don't bite me. Definitely strong. Go ahead and pull that net. There we go.
It's a female, isn't it?
Let me see. Just try not to get bit. Nope, this is a male. So the way you can tell if they're a male or a female is these claspers right here. If it's a female, she would not have these. Males have these long claspers. You got pliers?
Somewhere back there.
All right, let's get some pliers. All right, so luckily the hook set was right in the corner of his mouth, so we were able to remove the hook with a pair of pliers. When you're ever dealing with sharks, it's always smart to flip them over because then they kind of go into a tonic phase, kind of like a lizard. If you ever pick up a lizard and rub its belly, it'll just go limp and relax. Same thing with sharks. You still got to be careful though because they can still flip. Look at this little guy. How cool is that? I don't catch sharks often, I don't target them, but sometimes they eat your bait. You just can't help it. Let's go ahead and get a picture with this guy and release him. Oh,
Right.
he's so cute. All right, little guy, go swim home. Ready? Don't bite me. There he goes. Off to go ruin another fisherman's day. Oh, here we go.
Let it go. Let it go. Oh, you got him.
I know.
I thought he came off.
No. Cut that bullet. Did you get the bullet? I'm trying to get him away from the... There you go, he's swimming out.
Now ease up on him because that's real light line.
Oh yeah. Keep your head in the water, fish. Trying to keep his head down.
Their gills are super sharp.
Alright, he's easing up towards me now.
Oh, I gotta get the net.
Come on, net boy.
Oh, gosh! I think I just broke my toe. Definitely just fractured it.
Oh.
How's your hip?
My hip's alright. Earlier we had like, I don't know, we had all of our blue crab traps, pinfish traps in the boat, and I'm trying to maneuver around them. And I was standing on the cooler and I was standing on the edge of the cooler and I landed my hip on a rod holder. Come this way, little guy. Little flip-de-doo. Alright, this side. That works too.
Oh no!
Woo! Double up on snook. Let's go. I mean, I think this works. We spent all day trying to catch redfish. I'll take 2 snook. Oh gosh, this step always gets me.
Yeah, well, this little guy, RIP.
Guys, we just checked the Fish Rules app and they have to be 28 to 32 inches to keep. He is a little too small, so we are releasing him. Come back when you're bigger, buddy. He is sucking on my thumb right now. I love that about snook.
I sucked my thumb till I was 10.
I bet you did. There he goes. I love releasing fish like that. I think it's the coolest thing. That's awesome. We doubled up in snook within 6
I'm about
minutes.
to triple up real quick.
Yeah? You think there's another one over there?
Bet.
Bet. Alright, I guess we're gonna bet.
Alright, so this is Kelly Young's channel, but I'm showing you what we're using. This is a pinfish. She caught hers on a pigfish. Just a little snail style hook, a live shiner hook. Popping cork, 20-pound beyond braid. I'm hooking him right in the back because I don't have enough leader for him to get all the way to the bottom. So I want him to swim like that, not hooked by his nose. See that tree right over there?
Mm-hmm.
The current's going from us to that tree. So these...
Oh, look at you!
No.
Come on, come on. Light line. Ooh.
See how I've got my finger on the spool? I'm giving it max pressure right now because it's sort of ride or die. Once you get him out away from the tree, you can slack off on him a little bit.
Look at that. You literally fed him the bait.
So that's very, very important when fishing. You can learn a lot by watching somebody, but you can learn a lot by common sense. All we were told was to come here. We weren't told exactly how to do it or what these fish were going to be doing. But this is a jack. I wonder why he was fighting so weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Hold on, let's see if I can get the glare. I'm like, dang, you already hooked up again.
So what I was saying earlier is we saw these fish. We spooked them. No big deal. We left, came back an hour later. Now we're catching them. Always be paying attention to your surroundings, what fish are doing. You'll learn a lot.
So I get the net.
I'll land him. Jacks don't have sharp gills like snook, so he won't hurt my leader as bad.
Good old Jack.
We need to save him for the blue crab traps.
This is true.
What? What did you say?
He said he wants to be on Blue Gabe's channel.
Oh, you want to go in the blue crab traps? Like you're volunteering? So this hook is not a circle hook, but it acts just like it. If you live bait fish, check these hooks out. I promise you'll like them.
So a lot of you guys, when you watch our videos, you see us do an intro, catch a fish, catch a fish, catch a fish, catch a fish, and the video. Little do you guys know that we've been out here for probably about 6 hours, maybe 7, and just started catching fish. Like I said, we're using pinfish for bait. The way we got these pinfish is pinfish traps. Now we set out the traps yesterday, let them sit overnight, and we pulled them this morning. We just baited them with like some sardines, a little bit of chum just to get the fish going. Pinfish swim right into the traps and get trapped. You pull the traps, you dump the pinfish in your live well, and you're loaded with pinfish. You can catch them one by one in rod and reel, but here it's just easier to trap them. The redfish have finally ate. After what, 6 hours of trying to fish for these? There he is. Come on. Get over here. They are strong little boogers.
That's a keeper too. Come up front with him. Let me get the net.
Maneuvering around the canopy. There he is. Go in the net. Go to Blue Gabe. Come on, it's up there. Ooh. Just let him do his thing.
So funny because we were literally watching him with the drone.
There we go. Oh my gosh.
Finally! And you know what the coolest thing
Finally.
is? The drone got the bite.
That is insane.
We might not have, but the drone did. Let me land it real quick.
27. He's 21.
What you doing, babe?
I'm on the Fish Rules app right now looking up. We know he's legal, but I just wanted to double check. And as you see right here, red drum, aka redfish. Bag limit 1. I don't know if you guys can see that. Minimum size 18 inches and max size 27. This bad boy right here is 21, so he is in the slot size to put in the cooler. And let me tell you, we are definitely putting this fish in the cooler because Blue Gabe and I have been trying to catch this group of redfish all day. I mean, they were here earlier, we fished for 2 hours, sat here, different types of bait, different types of popping corks to hooks to weights, and they would not bite. So,
hey, persistent pays.
Persistence. While we're sitting here, we're just kind of relaxing. We're like, all right, we'll give it one more shot for these reds. Gabe put the drone up in the air. He got beautiful footage of over here in front of us. He went back behind the redfish where we thought they were. Sure enough, we could see them on the drone. Gabe was filming them, but as he was filming them, he was actually kind of chasing them. They must have thought it was like a fish or
Osprey.
an osprey or some kind of bird. So they were swimming towards the boat, and I'm like, all right, they're at the bait now. Sure enough, my rod that was right here with just a cut pinfish head laying on the bottom, slurped it up. Oh my gosh, this redfish. These are the world's hardest redfish to catch. Where are we putting the fish? Live
Just
well?
put him in the live well for now.
Okay, let's bleed him out.
I say let's leave him alive until we get in so we don't have to ruin our ice.
Okay.
Like straight up, guys, we have tried everything you can imagine, cut sardines, everything, and she was persistent on using a pinfish head because with her friend a couple years ago, that's what they caught them on. So never give up. We could physically see the fish right there. We could see them. There was 25 or 30. 5 hours later,
1-8. All right, in the live well. There you go. All right, so I just caught my redfish. Now it's Blue Gabe's turn to catch a redfish. I got my pinfish head on my hook here. We're gonna go ahead and cast it out. And this is how hard we're fishing right now. We got lines laid out. We're just gonna open the bail. Set that bad boy right there. When we see that line pulling, we know we got a fish.
all right, well, we were getting schooled earlier. We could not figure this out for nothing. But like we said earlier, persistence pays.
Ooh.
I put the drone up again and was filming them just to see what they're doing, trying to learn their behavior. And I looked up, had to throw the remote down, had a nice redfish on.
All right, let me grab the net. Huh. Ooh. Where is he at? Oh, there he is. Ooh, he just did a little backflip. Head first into the net you go. Good job, babe.
Bada bing, bada
boom.
bang.
Is that another keeper?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Look at that beautiful fish. We are definitely having redfish for dinner tonight.
Oh yeah.
A beautiful spot. How does it get any better than this? Kelly and I are always on the go. Today we're just literally sitting out here. We're sitting here out of the wind, Having the time of our life. What was that?
Oh, that was a pinfish.
Did you see the rod going?
No.
Oh God, my.
No.
Oh my gosh, it's gosh. Don't ever stick your finger in there. That just felt like a semi with spikes on it ran over it. Oh.
First your toe, now your finger.
Yeah. Look at that big egret just landed.
Ooh. This is the spot now. The sun's going down.
Guess what?
Yeah.
We're limited out on redfish.
Alright, so we threw Gabe's fish in the live well, but we're gonna measure him just to make sure. Oh, calm down. Let's see here. Usually I like to do the belly towards the measuring tape. You get a more accurate measurement. Alright. 23.5. Beautiful. Look at that. Look, he has a spot in his mid belly.
Babe, the other rod, the other rod. It's just laying there good. It's all good.
You actually got me on that one. I was like, what do I do with this fish? Wait, is there a spot? Oh yeah, look. Okay, do you see, is the sun okay?
Yeah.
You see the spot there? Look at the spot in the mid belly there. That's so funny how every redfish, their spot is different. It's almost like a fingerprint.
You're cooking me dinner tomorrow night. Hope you know that.
I got you, I got you. Chef Kelly Young in the house. I say we head in, ride into the sunset, and end this day of fishing.
Good thing we got another hour before the sunset so we can keep fishing.
All right, touche. Okay, so we are back in the kitchen in Stuart, Florida right now. Blue Gabe and I have been traveling all over Florida, putting the boat in on the west coast, driving back to the east coast, putting the boat back in the water, setting traps, pulling traps. We have been just non-stop YouTubing. But right now we're gonna go ahead and cook this redfish that we caught in the Crystal River on the west coast. Right here I just have some sweet potatoes. I cut them up, I boiled them, I added some cinnamon, a little bit of heavy whipping cream, and we're just gonna mash them bad boys up. Now the reason I picked sweet potatoes is because the dish I'm making with the fish is a macadamia encrusted flavoring on top of the redfish. And I think sweet potatoes match very well with macadamians. We're gonna make some good old mashed sweet potatoes. There's one thing I love in this world, it's sweet potatoes.
I thought you just loved me.
I do love you too, but sweet potatoes, they're one of my favorites. Alright, that is good for now. I used to eat sweet potatoes every single night when I was on prep for my bodybuilding show about 4 or 5 years ago now.
But let's see your guns now.
They're still there. Little, you know, not as toned, but they're still there, still there. So I went ahead and filleted the redfish here. We have 2 fillets. Now I'm just gonna make 1 fillet because Blue Gabe still has to fillet his other redfish. So I'm not gonna make as much food as I normally would because he still has to cook too. So with the other fillet, I have a vacuum seal bag here from Outrigger Outdoors. That's the vacuum sealer I use. And I've used a lot of vacuum sealers in my day, and let me tell you, this is the best one I've ever used. You're gonna put that in there like that, snap both sides, turn it on, and vac and seal button. And then you're just gonna watch the magic happen. Look at that. There it goes. So after it sucks all the oxygen out of the bag, it heats up and it seals the bag completely shut. Boom. And just like that, it's ready to be put in the freezer or the fridge. But this will make this piece of fish last a lot longer than if you were to put it in a Ziploc bag. If you guys are interested in a vacuum sealer, for those of you that hunt, even if you just buy vegetables or meats at the grocery store, say you buy a big thing of chicken thighs and they're on sale and you only cook 4 of them for your family, but you got 6 left over, you can throw those chicken thighs in a vacuum seal bag and they will last a lot longer. You can use Island Key as a promo code for 10% off this vacuum sealer. It'll be in the description below this video. All right, back to the fillet that I'm going to cook. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in small chunks. Just like that. Boom, boom. We're gonna go over to our pan here, and I'm going to make this in the oven. It's kind of funny because I used to always make everything in the oven, and then I started pan searing everything. So I haven't used the oven to make fish in a very long time. Got a little handy dandy oil sprayer here. There's olive oil in this. You could use vegetable oil as well, but I do not have vegetable oil, so I'm using olive oil. If you do like this, I actually have it in my Amazon store, which is also in the link below. Everything I use or things that I like, it's on the stove. And just put salt and pepper. And that's all you're gonna need for the first part of this. I'm not gonna add salt just because the macadamia nuts that I bought are salted, so I don't want it to be too salty. So I'm just adding pepper, but if you buy nuts that are unsalted, then use salt now. We're gonna go ahead and throw this in the oven at 425 degrees. Just like that. And I'm only gonna leave that fish in there for maybe 3 to 4 minutes because I wanna take it out and then put the breading on top. While the fish is getting a head start on cooking, Gabe thinks these potatoes aren't gonna fit in this bowl. I think they are.
I think they're missing marshmallows on top.
Listen, I already bought cookies from Publix, so we're not doing marshmallows.
Oh yeah, guys. You notice all the peanut butter ones missing?
Yeah, I walk outside and Luke and Jake both have 2 cookies in their hands. I'm like, who said you can have a cookie? Jake goes, me. I was like,
you should have heard Luke. Luke walked in, he goes, oh my goodness.
oh. Voila, look at that, perfect fit.
What'd you put in them?
Just heavy whipping cream and cinnamon. That's it. I like the natural sweetness of the sweet potato. I don't like to load it.
That's sort of like me. You love my natural sweetness?
The natural sweetness. All right, we're gonna put this aside. Now we're gonna go ahead with the breading. 2 teaspoons of flour. Boom. I have an all-purpose organic unbleached flour that I got from Publix. My special touch is cornflakes. I love breading with cornflakes. We have some panko plain breadcrumbs. Bada bing. And the special ingredient, the macadamia nut. Now I'm not gonna add all of it because I kind of wanna, this is all eyeballed. I'm gonna be honest, I cannot give you exact measurements for anything. That's just how it is. Mix that up real nice. Just like that. Now we have a convection oven, so it does cook really, really fast. All right, I'm actually gonna take that out now. It's been in there for about 3 minutes. So the reason we cook the fish a little bit before we put the topping on it is because the macadamia nuts will burn really, really fast because of the little bit of sugar that is in them. As well as the cornflakes, there's a little bit of sugar in there too. Next thing is coconut milk. Now I've never cooked with coconut milk. I only use it in my coffee, believe it or not. So I'm gonna try a couple little different things. First I kind of put it on there, but it kind of just went everywhere and kind of made a mess. So we're trying this. We went ahead and added the coconut milk to a little bit of the breading. Actually, I'm just gonna use my fingers. We're just gonna pat that right on top of the fish. Make kind of like a thick crust. Just like that. Adding some of my breading to a bowl here. Oh. A little splash coconut milk. Give it a nice stir. Push that right on there. This is so out of my element. I'm such a plain person. I'm like butter and sea salt. That is it. So this is like, this is crazy. For that little tiny piece, since that one's gonna be done super fast, I'm just gonna try to put dry ingredients on there. I sprinkled a little bit of the coconut milk on the fish already, so there's a little bit of coconut milk on there, but I just wanna do this just to see how it would turn out. And just like that, we're gonna stick it back in the oven. And I'll probably give that, it's a pretty thin fillet of fish, 5 minutes. Alrighty, go ahead and pull these bad boys out. Ooh. So I went ahead, I didn't film it, but I went ahead and poured a little bit of butter over the breadcrumbs on top there. Oh, hit the wrong off button. See this right here? This is my favorite salt from France. It's on my Amazon shop as well. Finishing touch, I always add a little bit of sea salt. I already added some to that piece. Voila.
I didn't know there was such thing as a favorite salt.
There is. Salt is, oh, I can go into depth about sea salts. Salt brings out the flavor in food. So these are the kids' plates. All this stuff.
Did you go to Walmart or what?
No, this is our Mailbox Mondays.
I'm looking at these right here. These are looking good.
Oh, that's the last thing. That's a YouTube video in its own.
All right, Jake, go ahead and try it.
Okay, we're gonna try the fish.
What kind of fish do you think it is?
Redfish.
Yeah.
I saw you.
He saw me flaying it out there.
I'm so excited to eat this fish that my eyes are watering.
You know what's funny is my eyes were watering this entire video. I don't know why.
Well, I have eye boogers.
Oh.
This is good.
It might be allergies.
Look, taste the actual fish.
This fish is good.
It tastes really good.
Me and your dad fished for 8 hours to try to catch these fish. And the only way we could catch these fish is with help from the drone.
And the inside,
How was that?
And the inside, it tastes like crab.
How do you use the drone?
We had to use the drone to catch the fish.
Look, you know why it tastes like crab?
Why?
Because redfish eat crabs. You are what you eat.
That is true. We have been getting so many packages and for our Mailbox Mondays. Now, Mailbox Mondays flows, but I'm kind of going to take out the Monday part because originally I wanted to post a video on Monday of Mailbox Mondays, but just the way with our scheduling, it's just this video might be out on Wednesday or Thursday. So this is our Mailbox Mondays here. Let's see, where should I start?
What's in these?
These are so these are very clever. I'm actually, Luke, this one has your name on it. And this one, where's Jake? This one has your name on it. So he's a police officer and he makes these.
Whoa.
Can you see what they are?
Put one in.
They're earplugs. Custom made earplugs with bullet casing shells on them.
I will wear these next on video.
Wait,
I'm gonna bring these in my purse. Oh, I guess this can go back here. I guess it doesn't matter.
where's mine?
Have bullets sticking out of my ears.
Can you hear me now?
What'd you say?
What about this bad boy though?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
So right here, this is from the Lorna family, and she actually made this herself. She was inspired by our videos from Puerto Rico with the big mahi that we caught. Now we're actually gonna get mounted at Grace Taxidermy, but I absolutely love this. This is a bunch of glass that she made into a mahi head. But that is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. Right here we have some soap that, let's see, wife and husband made. And this one smells like dirt just for Blue Gabe for when he goes hunting, because he doesn't want to smell like very nice like flowers. He wants to smell like dirt and be blended in with the
I
environment.
actually want to see how that smells.
Right? Here.
Can I smell it? Okay, let me.
It actually smells like dirt. Here, smell.
Let me.
Smells like y'all's feet.
We have some fishing lures sent from Dalton, one of our fans, Blue Gabe fan especially. Bunch of fishing lures, oh my gosh. Oh, these Peacock bass right there, baby. We got the good old spatula for Blue Gabe to use, like you see in his videos. And here we have a company that is actually originated in Florida. Hernando, I can't read upside down, Hernando, Florida. Him and his wife own this company, and this is actually a non-toxic fruits and vegetable wash. So you can wash your vegetables, and it's not toxic. And you can just use this for a lot of other cleaning products as well. We have some, what is this? Odar Shark. Say what? Sharks? Destroy odors from fish, mildew, bacteria, and smoke. I could have used this weekend. They're dealing with so much chum. Oh my goodness. And Blue Gabe just got new seats for the boat, so this will help keep them new seats looking squeaky clean. Last but not least, from Penn Fishing Rods. I get it, it's a pen. Look at that. Blue, you ready for this?
Yeah, when you...
So now when you're bad, I can just whip this out. Go whoop-shoo.
So this summer, if Tyree or somebody comes over and we want to ride down to the locks, we can just pull these up, put them in a pen.
You can stick these in your backpack.
Do these write? Can you write with these?
I thought it was Tyrese.
No, Dad. No.
Tyra.
No, But if this thing could write, if we go to a sandbar and we see some fans, we can write
You
their
can
autograph.
sign an autograph and fish.
And
I'm gonna
fish
tell
at
you
the same
something.
time.
You always gonna tell us something. What are you gonna tell us?
When you put these on and you put them on all the way, when you shake them, it sounds like you're on the boat going fast.
Yeah.
Penn Fishing, who gave us the Penn retractable fishing rod, we're gonna make a video with this 100%. Also gave us floating pliers. Let me tell you, those will come in handy. But right now we're wrapping up this video, guys. This video is probably really long. But thanks for subscribing. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Blue Gabe as well. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. Hit the thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in the next one.